am live again on 3 different platforms. I've got TikTok, I've got YouTube, and I've got, wait, there it is, Facebook. I've got all 3 of those, and yeah, I'm in here answering questions. Looks like Nick's the first one to come in. I didn't get the name. Got a few people in already on TikTok. TikTok's always going crazy. Casey, hey, how's it going? I'm having some raisins. Oh, Nick's the first one to throw a like in here. Appreciate you. What? Oh man, Casey's firing away the questions right away. So real quick, if you haven't seen these before, this is like the 3rd or 4th time I've done this. I'm just answering pressure washing and soft washing questions. So if you have any questions that you want answered, sales, marketing, anything like that, just drop it in there and I will see it. And if you guys want more of these, please make sure you hit that like button. That does really well for the algorithms here. Makes them like me a little bit more. So give me 1 second. I am trying to get the YouTubies up so I'm not missing YouTube. So I have the YouTube chat up, and now I gotta do the Power Clean or the Academy one. All right. So I've got the comments up and ready, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. So the first question I saw in here was, what type of insurance do I use? A general liability insurance is what I use. General liability from Hiscox. I went through a company called Cover Wallet, and they made it really easy, really simple to sign up. And thankfully, don't take my word. I'm not promoting them. I'm not saying they're good or bad. What I'm saying is that's what I've used. I have been lucky enough to not need insurance, have to utilize my insurance. So please don't take any of those things as like, oh yeah, I said they were a good company. I have no idea how good or bad they are. Really, insurance companies are good or bad, when they come through for you. Man, we got a lot of people in the TikTok. Make sure you guys drop a like on this video, and if you're not following, make sure you're following me too. This is really cool. We got a lot of people on here. We got people on YouTube, still nobody on the Facebook, but that's okay. We're gonna keep promoting that and getting that. Somebody just put a comment on one of my YouTube videos. Are you hiring? We're gonna be hiring for sales here soon. Nick's asks, how do you promote and what machine do you use? So I use a lot of Google Ads. So I have a marketing company as well, and my marketing company, we set up the Google Ads, and yeah, Google Ads are fire. Facebook ads are another really, really great way. The thing with ads is that if you don't do it right, you'll end up losing a ton of money. I know when I first started ads years ago, and I didn't know what I was doing, it was, or when I first started getting into ads, we would spend $5,000 to get like a few results. It wasn't good. So, as we've been educated more on ads, and as we've taken our time and we worked with other like pros, other marketing pros, and done our own paid courses and whatnot, we have come to understand ads and understand that there's a lot that goes into it. So I would always say, don't if you can avoid doing ads yourself, it's a money pit, but hire a company that does really good. I mean, we do good. There's other companies out there that do really good Facebook ads, Google ads, but find somebody that does really well on that. So Facebook and Google ads, then traditional methods, door knocking, Chamber of Commerce, Facebook, TikTok. I've gotten customers off of this by just creating videos. So that's mainly it. What kind of machine do I use? I did a walkthrough of my truck on TikTok. I use an 8 gallon a minute Honda GX390, and it has a General Pump TSF 2021. So it's 8 gallons a minute at I think around 3,000 psi. How do you price your jobs? Great question, Casey. So I have a business expense tracker that I take in consideration every business expense. So all my subscriptions, for my CRMs and my invoicing software, everything's in on that. Let's see. Can I do it like that? Okay. Oh, okay. I can see the comments much bigger if I do it that way. I made a list of everything that I have on my reoccurring basis. So that's what I call my operating costs. Then I have a list of all of my equipment and its value and what its value is projected to be with inflation over 5 years. And then I set a time limit on how long I expect each of those things to last. So like for a hose, I said my hoses, I expect them to last 6 months. I think it was, the truck I'm expecting to last 3 years. The hose reels I'm expecting to last 3 years. So I have all of these different things. And then I put in my expected maintenance costs. So I really boiled down all my costs, everything over the next basically 5-year period. And then payroll costs, insurance costs, all of those things, lining all of those things up. Then I say, okay, how many? Actually, here, let's do it together. Let's do it together. And I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, drop a comment. Let me know you can hear me. Okay. So let's look at our monthly expenses. If we look at our monthly expenses, we're gonna have, without marketing, right? This is gonna just be like software, CRM, things like that. Let's say your monthly expenses are let's say you don't have a shop or anything like that. Let's put your monthly expenses around, let's throw insurance, well, let's break that down. We'll say software, you're spending $500 a month on. For a good CRM, good accounting software, all of those things. Let's say $500 a month. Let's say insurance, you're between vehicle insurance, general liability insurance, bonding. Let's say you're spending an average of $500 a month on. Let's say, here, let me actually see if I can just pull. Let me see if I can just pull mine up, or I have a tracker. Oops. Or you know what? I just actually. Try to get this pulled up. Okay, here we go. So accounting software, your phone's going to be in there. So let's say you're spending, phone $100. Let's say when we add all of those things up, we come to monthly expenses. Let's call it round numbers here. $1,000. We're just going to use round numbers. Then you have your marketing expenses. So your marketing expenses are your business cards. It's your I see your agent. I'm gonna get to you in just a moment, my man. I'm answering this question over here, but I'm trying to go in depth. Oh, and actually, I'm gonna probably hold on. Let me switch this camera around so you guys can see it. No, not that. There we go. Okay, so TikTok's going to be able to see it right side. Okay. All right. So your monthly expenses, let's say, are $1,000. Then you have your marketing expenses. And yeah, those can be broken down in monthly, but those are going to be your business cards, your Facebook ads, your Google ads, your Chamber of Commerce costs, your website costs, all of those things. Let's say you're being a little bit conservative. Let's say you're spending about $1,500 a month in that. And then let's look at payroll. Let's say you've got one helper and you want to pay them $20 an hour, so 20 times 40, 0, that's $800 a week, times 52. Somebody's going to have to give me that real quick. Well, you figure that's 16, bring the 1 over, 40. Now, is that right? That's not 40. That's not 41,000, is it? 800. Oops. 52. Oh, damn, my math is good. All right. So we're at 41.6, and then we're going to divide that by 12. So we're at 3,500 roughly. Okay. So let's call payroll 3,500. Okay. Then all your equipment. So I put all my equipment in here. Got the truck in there. So all of my equipment, total all up, is going to be about $30-ish thousand, 30-ish, including a used truck. So 30-ish thousand. You take that. I have it so that everything rotates every 3 years. So that's about $10,000 a month, or that's about $10,000 a year. So let's call it $1,000. Let's call it $1,000 a month, and let's say that includes maintenance costs, right? To make sure that you're keeping up with all of your equipment every year. Then you have chemical and soap, SH, and gas. I'm driving around all the time in these trucks. I'm spending about $1,000 a month in gas. I spend, I buy one big tank full of SH, which is about $1,500 a month in SH, and then I spend an average of, let's call it in soap, let's call it 300. Let's call it 300 a month. Okay. So these are what all my costs are if my truck was running full time, 8 hours a day, all day, every day. Now, I look at this is going to happen every month. 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 This goes down a little bit during my off months. So let's say this happens 10 out of the year. This doesn't happen every month. Let's say that this happens 10, and let's call this 10, right? Because we don't work all year long for the most part. So now I can find out a total cost. So this is going to be $12,000. This is going to be $18,000. This is going to be, now this is going to test my math. 42,000. Oh yeah, I knew that. This is 12,000. This is 12,000. This is 18,000 again. And this is 300. Okay? So now we can add all of that up. 12,000 times 3 plus 18,000 plus 42, 1 through 3 plus 18, 1 through 3 plus 3. So now we've got a really big number, 11430. Okay? So this is what I need to make every year to break even for the most part. Okay? This is what you need to make every year to break even. Big number. Now, I'm going to make that number feel even bigger because I know you're thinking divide by 12. We don't have a 12-month wash season. We have an 8-month wash season here in Washington. So now I'm going to take that number and divide by 8. So we're at 1,428.7. Okay, so let's call it 14.3. Okay. Now I know that there are an average of 20 work days, Monday through Friday, in a month. So 14.3 divided by 20. So I'm at 715 is what I have to make every day. Then you divide that by an 8-hour workday. So now I know that 1 hour of my time is $89.38. That's minimum. I add typically a 50% increase to that because there's time that you can't account for. So now we're at 130, basically $135 per hour is what you should be charging to to pretty much break even. And then anything over that's going to be profit. This is how I do my math and how I do my breakdown. Does that make sense? Does that help everybody? Then from there, what I do is I look at what can I get done in an hour. So when I look at concrete, for example, I know that I can clean 1,500 square feet of flat work concrete in 1 hour. I know that I can clean 1,000 square feet of aggregate in 1 hour. I know that I can clean, I have these markers of how much I can clean. I know I can clean, if a roof is really, really mossy, I know I can clean about 500 square feet in an hour. For the most part, 500 to 1,000 square feet an hour, depending on the level of moss. If the roof is just needing a soft wash, I know I can do 2,000 square feet in an hour. So now I build my SKUs based off of how much I can get done per hour, and not killing myself. Like conservatively, if I handed this task to somebody else and they kind of lackadaisically do it, how long does it take me to do per hour? So I know so now if my number is 13.5, or let's call it, if I need to make $135 per hour, and I do 1,000 square feet in 1 hour, so that puts my break-even point at 13 cents, 14 cents per hour in order to break even, right? In order to more or less break even. Concrete is easier to sell a little bit higher, so I'm anywhere between, my numbers aren't exactly that, but my concrete cost is anywhere between 25 cents and 35 cents per hour, right? I know I've got the money built into it, so this is how I come to what I know my hourly rate is. based off of my actual costs going into it. And my scaling costs, right? If I want to hire a new employee, I have to put them into the formula and kind of go from there. So I hope that made sense, and I hope that wasn't too crazy, because like when I break down my costs, I'm really breaking down. When I come up with my pricing, it's based off of real math. It's not arbitrary. It's not something I'm just making up off the top of my head. It's based off of what my actual costs are. So I hope that helps, Casey. I own my own pressure washer company, trying to see the best way to get some more customers. So, best way to get some customers? Oh, let me go over here. I don't want to miss out on YouTube. Jonathan's probably in there giving me some fire comments. Okay. Trying to get some customers. It's really simple, man. Like, door to door is really going to be your best way if you don't have the money to invest. If you have the money to invest, so let's go back to the whiteboard here. Okay. So in the beginning, you're going to have to be here. You're going to be at low money invested, high effort, right? You're going to be playing in this category. If you don't have a lot of money to invest into marketing, okay, you're going to be in this zone. When you, as you grow, you're going to start to get into this area here, where you're spending a lot of money. So like I spend close to $5,000 in marketing, but I don't really have to do anything to get any calls. The calls just come in. So that's or it's not $5,000, it's like $4,000. But that's where that is, right? So your goal is to try to move to this area here. And the way you do it is you start with, so here's going to be door knocking, Facebook groups. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, except some door hangers and some time, right? A lot of time. Once you have a pipeline of business, you booked out a week, 2 weeks, then you take that money, invest it, so that your time is spent less on marketing and more on other things, and then you have your dollars working for you instead of your time working for you. That's really it. So Aiden, you say, how do you get more customers? Where are you at? Do you have 10 customers, or are you booked out? Do you not have any jobs lined up right now? Like where are we at? Based on where you are, then we can tell you how to kind of move forward. How do I mix SH? What do you mean by that? And to do what? Because there's a number of different ways to mix SH. You can inject it with a downstream injector. You can pour it in buckets. You can oh man, is it YouTube really that far behind? That can't be. Okay. You can pour it into buckets. What ratios do I? Just for some beginners. How are you applying the SH? That would be my question. Are you doing it, or what is the goal? Are you going to be pressure washing it, or are you just soft washing it and going? If you're soft washing it and going, you can hit it with a hot mix of 4 or 5%. If you're going to be pressure washing, I wouldn't. I would hit it between 2 and 3% as a pre-treatment. Then I would rinse it Then we'll let it dwell for 15 minutes. Then I would rinse, pressure wash, then post treat with a 2 to 3%. And if you're applying it, if you don't have any specialized equipment, and you're applying it with roof soft wash, again, it depends on the level of solubility or the level of like how dirty it is. If it's really dirty, you're gonna go hotter on the mix. If it's just some light black streaks, you know, you can go as low as 3%, but typically you're gonna be between 3 and 6%. So for home siding, vinyl siding, you're going to be at about 1%. Concrete, 1 to 2%. Concrete pre-treatment, you're going to be about 1 to 2%. Lap siding, you want to be 2 to 3%. Brick stucco, you want to be 3 to 4%. Roofs, you want to be 3 to 4% starting off with asphalt or with asphalt. Clay tile roofs, you're going to start to get into the 4 to 5%. Metal roofs, you're going to get into the 4 to 6%. I think that's pretty much everything. Do not use SH on asphalt concrete though. Should I get an LLC if I'm just starting? I've only done one job. What state are you in? Let's see what Kansas law said. So what I'm looking up is a handyman license in Kansas. Some states allow you to operate as a handyman, and they don't require you to get a license for anything. If you look at it. Oh, interesting. There's no license for general contractor either. Well, this one, Kansas. Let's find out. Three key state businesses, startups, requirements for self-employed. Sole proprietor and a general partner startups requirements in the states are always changing. Some require very kind of the county. Okay. Sole proprietors and general partners do not have to apply for a business license within the state of Kansas. Residential cleaning businesses should check with the local city and county clerks to learn more about the required license. A general partnership is created. Okay, yeah. So it looks like in Kansas, cleaning services are not taxable. Residential house cleaning services are not taxable. Cleaning services do not have to collect and send tax to the Department of Revenue. Looks like Kansas is easy. So what you can do is start a I would not do sole proprietorship for these types of businesses. Um, I would always go with an LLC or a corporation, and the reason for it is protection. So when okay, you have a partner. Okay, um, you want to have okay. So how a LLC or a corporation works is you have yourself, and then you create an entity that stands in between you and the customer, or you and the entire world. Basically, it works as its own entity. It's like like it's like you gave birth to a new person, but this person is formless. It doesn't have, a body. It's just on paper. This person just exists on paper. But you're creating an entity. Now, this is the thing. If what's going on, Colt? If you do what's called breach the corporate veil, which is like if you use the company debit card for personal expenses, that's called breaching the corporate veil. Well, now you've opened up yourself to liability, because what's happening is when you create the corporation, you're saying these two things are separate. I'm separate than this entity. But when you breach the corporate veil, you are tying you and the entity together. So as long as you and the entity remain separate, as long as you pay yourself with a check, just like you would, if you work for a company, if your funds and your assets are completely separate than the company, you'll have protection. And a limited liability company and a corporation, one doesn't have more protection than the other. A sole proprietorship, you are 100% responsible for. Like if somebody sues, they can go after your personal assets. But I mean, if you have a partner, you can't do a sole proprietor. You would be a general partner. It looks like in Kansas. So you can do a general partnership, and then you can do a partner, and then so as a state you can do it would be a general partnership LLC, and then you can choose to do you would do a corporate designation on the federal level. So if you're doing it as a side hustle, I'm not a tax guy or a lawyer here, so you do whatever you want to do. if you're doing it as a side hustle, if you're choosing to do it as a legitimate business and you want to get legitimate contracts and you want to grow, then yes, I would look to incorporate. Having two people in the business, I would always lean toward a corporation. Well, okay, no. If you are planning in the next year for the company to grow over 200 or over 100,000, no, I'm going to take that back to you. If you're planning to take a paycheck, a regular paycheck from the business, do it as a corporation. If you're planning to leave all the money in the pot and then break it up at the end of the month or the quarter, the season, then do it as an LLC. The big difference for small guys like us on LLC and a corporation is how you get paid. An LLC is so if you have an LLC, okay, let's say your business makes $100,000, and and let's say you've taken no money out of the business. Let's say after everything else, you've paid your expenses, you paid your truck, you bought equipment, everything. Let's say at the end of the year, there's $50,000 left. Well, as a LLC, you're taxed on $50,000. No matter if you took that $50,000 or you left it in the business, doesn't matter. you're still taxed on the total that's left sitting in the bank account at the end of the year, after expenses. When, if you have a corporation, you issue yourself paychecks, or you could have $50,000 at the bank of the year, same scenario, and let's say you give yourself a $20,000 paycheck. Well, now you're only taxed on the 30% or $30,000 that's left. And sorry. Take that back. You're taxed on the amount that you paid yourself. The $30,000 is not taxed until something happens with it. Like you pay somebody and you pay payroll tax, or you buy something and you pay sales tax on something. It's not that money rolls over into the next year, and it just keeps compiling. But with a corporation, you are an employee of the company. You can be an owner of the company, but you're also setting yourself as an employee, which is really nice, because if you work with an accountant, they can set you up with a, what is that thing called? They can set you up to get paid bi-weekly like you do at any other job, and your payroll taxes come out, so you don't have to figure out your tax situation or set money aside for it at the end of the year. It's all it's just like working at, McDonald's or any other job. It's your taxes are deducted right from your paycheck. You can't do that with an LLC. With an LLC, every dollar earned over expenses is considered yours. So yeah, you can't write yourself a paycheck from money that's already considered yours already. So if you're planning on this being a primary source of revenue and you're putting that kind of energy into it, file as a corporation. If you're planning on it being a side thing and you guys are disciplined enough to keep the money like nice and neat, you start it as an LLC. Good questions. We're asking a lot of questions today. DEFCON joined. Man, I wanted to stay a side thing for about the next year and eventually be able to quit my job. Yeah, I mean, if it's a super side thing, who am I to tell you don't. I mean, if you're planning on doing roofs and things like that, you might want to get insurance, and of course, if you're just doing concrete, it's up to you. It's completely up to you, and what you're morally and legally okay with. Yeah, I would say it's completely up to you. But there's the law, and then there's what you choose to do. But there's tons of people out there that are running cash jobs. I would say this: if you want to keep it as a side hustle for right now, don't hurt the market by charging pennies, because it doesn't do anything for anyone. It sets the wrong expectations for people that have to, for customers. So if you call a customer, or if a customer calls you and they get a quote of 300 because you're just doing this on the side, and then I quote them 600 because I've got all those expenses up there, the customer's like, whoa, what's going on? It sets a weird paradigm, and it makes businesses that are trying to be legitimate and trying to do things the right way have to struggle. So I would say, if you still do it as a side thing, keep the market price integrity, call around, talk to different people, and just keep the pricing integrity intact. That's my stance on it. Man. Any other questions? I'm answering questions about pressure washing and soft washing or business and sales. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button for me, and make sure you follow me on my channel here so you know when I'm going live. Can you soft wash with the 4-gallon pressure washer? If so, how? Yes. You can downstream with a soft wash pressure washer. So, hold on. You can downstream, and downstreaming will get you anywhere between 1% and 2%. So you're not going to be able to do roofs, but you will be, and you're not going to be able to do brick. You're not going to be able to do stucco, and you're not going to be able to just only soft wash concrete. What you will be able to do is pre-treat and post-treat concrete, and you will be able to soft wash vinyl siding. So yes, you can definitely do that. Thank you for the question. Hoop sniper. It's pretty quiet over here on YouTube. Jonathan isn't hitting me with those crazy chats. No worries, no worries. If you're just joining in, I'm doing a live so I stumbled into pressure washing TikTok today. I really think this might be something I try. Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I got into it myself. It wasn't TikTok, but it was YouTube. I think a lot of guys kind of stumble into this industry, and thanks. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. I work hard on those videos. Takes a lot to like film those things. Takes a lot to film those things, and not too crazy to edit them. I got a workflow, but it takes a lot to like you're working, then you got to move this freaking camera just to get good shots, and I'm like, I got to tell myself like, stick with it. Yeah, I'm in Washington. Yeah. How do I clean a painted wood deck? Are you saying painted or stained? And is the paint chipping? So as far as decks, there's as far as wood, there's painted. There's non-transparent seal, and then there's a transparent seal. Oh, okay. All right. So you're over there by like Spokane and whatnot, around the border, or south. Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's painted. Yeah, it's kind of old. It's red, so I'm not sure. If it's red, it's probably what's called a non-transparent seal. That it's basically a seal that's you can't see the stain. So people say painted, but it's probably not painted. It's probably a non-transparent seal. So With that, you don't want to use chemical. 40-degree wand tip, 6 to 8 inches away. You can pre-treat with a little bit of soap, and you can do light scrubbing on it if it's pretty bad, or you can downstream on it. That would be fine, and then let it dwell for about 10-15 minutes, and then yeah. Be your own boss, man. Being your own boss is tough. You know, I'll tell you, being your own boss is it always just sounds good, you know, but like it's you know, you're waking up every day just not knowing if your business is going to go away. There's no peace when you're your own business owner. There's no peace. It's always a grind, and it doesn't stop. So I would just say, like, it's not. I mean, it's fun, but you got to make sure you're built for it. You know, it's nonstop, 24/7, answering the phones, just work, constantly. But yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. What's going on, Kyle? What's going on, Rockies? Join the chat here, or join it up. 357. What's going on, Brandon? Whew. I'm talking a lot. Rambling. My king of clean. What is that about? The king of clean. So if you're just joining on, we got some new people just joining in here. I'm answering questions about pressure washing and soft washing. If you have any questions on that or running a business, I'll be more than happy to answer. Oh, Clean Pro Service, how can I help you? Hey, yes, how are you? Fantastic. Hope you've been enjoying this weird weather we've been having. It's been all over the place. Let me get you pulled up here. Miss Lisa. I think I kicked one over to you. Lisa. No worries. I'm gonna get you taken care of right away. Odison, right? In Spain? Odison, excuse me. Is that German? Swedish. Okay. Alright. Let's see what we can do for you here. Oh, you've got the big driveway. Okay, yeah, you've got that monster. So tell me, what's going on with the driveway that you're thinking about having it clean? Is it just... Oh, okay, you're selling the house? The market is like red hot right now. Everybody I talk to, they're just like, you know, the houses are going up and they're coming down right away. So you're selling at a great time.
my brother, he's looking for a house way up north, uh, and he says by the time he puts in the offer for the house, or sorry, no, by the time he does the viewing for the house already has offers on it. Like it's like crazy fast. All right. So, are you looking to get the driveway? So, I know you have the driveway that goes to the long walkway here, um, or the long driveway. Are you looking to get all of that clean? Right. And then the driveway. Are you talking about the driveway that? Because yours kind of L's, right? You have the long driveway from the cul-de-sac, and then you turn in. So, are you talking about just the landing where you turn in, or are you talking about all the way down to the cul-de-sac as well? All the way. Okay. It's more. it's um, it's 165 feet. So it's about double. Well, if you count 80 feet to where you can first start to turn, or sorry, 100 feet until you can first start to turn into your driveway. So that first car spot. But if you go all the way to the back of that, which the other side of that's going to add another 40 feet. So it's about 160 feet altogether. I'm measuring it here on Google Earth. It's Mm. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Okay. Where does that slab start? Okay, that's a gravel parking spot. That's what I thought. Okay, got it. I see exactly what you're talking about here. All right, let's. This is why I wanted to talk to you, because Google Earth helps me get a good image, but there's like a couple things like that needed to know. Then you also said there's the driveway, or sorry, the gutters and downspouts. Were you looking to have those done? Is there any moss on the roof? Not at all. Okay. And how's the siding look and the windows look? No problem there. Okay, great. Because we have packages that include like basically the entire home. It's like roof, gutters, siding, soft wash, window treatment, driveways. It like gets your home looking like sparkling new. It makes it look fantastic. I mean, I can give you the price on that, but everything that we've talked about so far, your concrete would actually be your concrete and gutters would come to $755 before tax. And then if you wanted to do the full cleaning package where we took care of the house top to bottom, it would be $14.99, and that's like the sparkling home package. Nice. Okay. Yeah. No. I mean. Yes, ma'am. When are you looking to have? Yeah. When were you looking at having something like this done? Oh, okay. When are you listening? Mm, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead and get those air miles. Yeah, absolutely. So, if you listen, I have a appointment that rescheduled on me tomorrow. I can actually go out there and take care of you as early as tomorrow if you want to just get this checked off on your list. And for helping me out, I can throw off another 10% on there for you. So that would basically waive all the tax. And then I'll throw in a house rinse too, so we'll get like the cobwebs and everything like that off. If there's any like kind of spiders or anything like that, I'll have my guy do that for you as well too. No, we don't do the painting. Are they like are they a little so a lot of the time it's dirt up there on those gutters. So if there are, I'll just tell my guy to take care of that for you too. We can be there at 10 a.m. No, no. You don't have to be there. We can, as long as we have permission to go on the property, we can show up. We can take care of everything. We can invoice you via email. I have your email here, the Goldpress email, and I can just send that over to you. And then once you look at the property and you're happy with it, then you just pay it online. Really simple. Of course. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can absolutely do that. Hold on. Let me add the siding wash. All right. Siding. We're gonna do a siding rinse. I'm gonna throw that in for free for you. And so you just put that there so the technician knows to do that. And then I'm gonna put a custom note for gutter. Actually, custom. Custom scope. Look at exterior gutter. All right. So I have been looking at that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a text message of this invoice, or excuse me, not the invoice, the estimate, which is going to be the price. And then I'm going to send you out a confirmation right now, Monday, 11 a.m. And Mark is going to be the gentleman that's going to get you taken care of. He's fantastic. Texting you out the confirmation of that right now. Should have got both of those. All right, awesome. I appreciate you so much. Sorry, say that again. Yeah. After he tells me he's done, then yes, the email gets generated and it gets sent to your email, and then you just click on the prompt there to pay it through a secure online checkout. Yeah. All right, fantastic. We're trying to make it easy for you. Too easy. All right, well, I appreciate you. Yeah, another one thing off of the list. All right, sounds fantastic. Thank you so much. All right. So that was a sales call. I wanted to show, I'm really glad I got that one, but I wanted to show you guys the sales call and how to close sales. I guess I should have put it on speakerphone here. The what she had said was she wanted to think about it, right? That was the objection she gave me. And what I realized was I didn't gather enough information. You know, why is she selling, or why does she need to think about it? And so I dialed that back. I got into asking more questions, and then I didn't have a rescheduling appointment tomorrow or anything. That's, you know, it's building a sense of urgency.
and then from there I was able to convert that into a yes with a small 10% off. And I had already, built it in. And then we're going to be doing a gutter cleaning. We're going to rinse the house down anyway, so it just works out. So yeah, this will be a quick job tomorrow, and we're going to get her taken care of. And yeah, so I teach sales training as well, how to close deals like that. There's a step-by-step process on how to close sales. So if you want to know that, I can help you out with those as well. Let's see. Let me get back into here. I'm just joining, starting my own pressure washing in my local area. Just got the LLC and site done. Very cool. User 5302431883266. Very cool. Shoot me a DM of the name. I'd love to check out the site. We do website building. My marketing company, we do website building, Facebook ads, Google ads. We get your business registered across all the different search engines. So if you're looking for that, we can take care of that. We have full marketing suites over there. I do sales training, sales consulting to help you close deals right away. I basically whittle down the sales process into a few steps to help you close deals right away. I give you all the objections. I give you the answers to those objections so you can increase your close rate. So, you can do that for you. Or you can just check me out on these lives and ask questions, like no problem. But I want to do my own thing. I want to quit my job. Or that's the reason I haven't started. My wife said it's not a steady paycheck. It's not. But want to do my own thing and quit my job working nights and weekends. Dude, it's not a steady job. Hey, John, what's going on? You just missed a sales call. Just did a sales call live for you guys. Yeah, it's a nightmare, man. You're constantly chasing the next job, and you're pushing, and it's tough. So you got to have that resiliency built into you. It's very stressful. It can be stressful in your marriage. It can be stressful in your relationship. It can be stressful in your relationship with your kids. It's tough. It's not easy, and it takes a long time to get used to that kind of energy. I know I have an ex-wife, and part of it is all the time I spend on my business. I know that's a piece of it. That's some small bit of it. It's not easy. So I would say, make sure that your mind and your body are ready for it. Make sure that you're willing to go all in and not stop pushing. For at least 3 years, you have to push. It's Sunday, and I'm taking these phone calls. It's Sunday at 7:00 at night where I'm at, and I'm taking these phone calls, right? It doesn't stop, and you have to take these phone calls. You have to keep pushing. So, King of Clean, what's going on? Well, G's and gentlemen, gals and ladies, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna spend some time with Madulta, and I'm going to get some food. I'm gonna relax a little bit, and I'm gonna get ready to get up and start grinding again. It's a daily grind. Either way, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Check out powerwashacademy.com. Check out introspectwebdesign.com. I'm going to link both of those in here. Power Clean Academy.com. Introspectwebdesign.com. And if you've already started the business, shoot me a DM with your details on it. I want to see what you got going on. Come over here. TikTok.
There I am. Wait. Oh, that's the last one. I don't know how to do it. Either way, on TikTok is Power Wash, or powercleansacademy.com, or you can visit introspect, INTRESPEC, webdesign.com, and check us out on either of those platforms. Either way, guys, I'm tired. I'm gonna go relax a little bit, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.